What's up, TK Squad?
Guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing well. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment and subscribe and join the TK Squad family. So you guys, you've already read the title. We're all smiling now. But we were obviously not smiling. But yeah, you guys, you've already read the title. We're here to basically just
update, explain,
chat,
because talk, ask for advice.
Yeah, because I feel like when we put the video out, we didn't really talk to you guys.
Kind of just left it hanging there.
Yeah, we just left you, like, even going to the hospital, coming back from the hospital, we didn't really update you guys on what was happening, simply because we were not ready. But I feel like we kind of ready and we able to speak about it without being emotional.
Yeah.
If you get my drift. But anyway, yeah, you guys, so the other video, if you've not watched it, go and watch it. But it started off obviously with me telling Graham and Tia, right?
Brilliant news.
Now, yeah. So I had already, I had recorded me finding out, right? But it was too emotional to post or to put it into that video. So I only put Graham's reaction and Tia's reaction into the video. But yeah, you guys, so I found out that I was pregnant when I came back from Malaga.
That's right.
We had a girls trip end of May to go to Spain, and we were there for the bank holiday. We came back and then maybe found out like 4 days later or something like that.
Pretty soon after, yes.
Yeah, I missed my period. I missed my period by 3 days, which is never heard of. I missed my period like a day or 2 days, but never 3 days. So once I missed that, I was like, oh, okay, I think I am. And then obviously my boobs, you guys, not even my boobs, but my nipples were so sore to the point, like, even putting on a t-shirt, it was painful.
Yeah.
Putting on my bra, it was painful.
Yeah.
So obviously that's one of the signs which I was like, okay, yeah, I am pregnant. So I ended up taking the test, recorded myself doing it, and then days later, you know, I did Graham and then I did Tia.
We were delighted. Well, Tia was eventually.
Yeah, Tia, you guys, if you saw in the video, she cried simply because, you know, like, I made a prank years ago, right? At a time where she really wanted a sibling, that I was pregnant, and I wasn't pregnant, and you know, emotionally it affected her. So when, you know, we told her the news, she thought I'm pranking her again, which obviously wasn't the case at the time. But she was thrilled. Now most of you might say in the comment section, oh, why did you tell Tia so early? It was because we were both happy and we felt like it was going to be the conversation in the house.
Well, absolutely.
And we wouldn't have had the conversation if we're tomming around Tia.
No.
And Tia is very nosy, you guys. So she would have wanted to know. So that was one of the reasons. And then obviously because she's always wanted a sibling. And we wanted her to be with us throughout the entire journey, you know? Yeah. But anyway, you guys, so we came back from holiday. Everything was okay, you guys. We were recording. There's so many videos that we recorded when I was pregnant, but obviously we decided we were gonna wait for three months.
3 months, to be fair.
Which everybody I think does.
Yeah.
But I do remember somebody commenting on one of the videos saying, Keke, are you pregnant?
Are you pregnant? I know, I kind of had to ignore that.
Yeah. Sorry for ignoring your comment.
Yeah.
But I was at the time. There's so many videos that we did when I was, and then June, right?
Yeah,
I think it was June the 12th.
Yeah.
You guys, June the 12th, I woke up fine. You know, I woke up fine. I went to the bathroom. So I went in the bathroom maybe like around 10. I went to pee, and then obviously when I wiped, I saw blood. It started off small, but then gradually, you know, it increased and increased and increased, and then it came to the point where it was like, okay, yeah, this is not, you know, what do they call it?
Normal.
Of course it was not normal. There's a word, implantation bleeding, because they say women can get implantation bleeding, but obviously by that time I was 5 weeks. So I think my implantation period was past anyway. Yeah. So anyway, at first that's what I thought, but then, you know, as the minutes went on, more came out, but it wasn't a lot to fill up a pad, because they say if you miscarriage, one way of knowing is you bleed a lot to the point that you fill up a pad or fill up 2 pads within 30 minutes or fill up a pad within 30 minutes, which I wasn't. Right, it was still red, like bright red, but it wasn't a lot. By the way, sorry guys if none of you want to hear. should have said something before.
Put a disclaimer on
Yeah.
this.
Should have put a disclaimer before
Yeah.
starting all of this. But anyway, and first I was like,
Panicking.
yeah, I wasn't panicking because this is something that has never happened to me. So I thought that did not click into my head, did not come into my head. But and then I tried to call my sister. And then she's the one who was like, call the hospital, or you had told me to also call the hospital.
Well, we had to get it checked up.
Yeah, because obviously, why am I bleeding? So anyway, we called the early pregnancy department. No, we just went to A&E.
We went to A&E.
Yeah, we just went to A&E.
That's in the video, yeah.
We went to A&E, and then that's the part that you guys saw in the video.
Yeah.
The nurse there couldn't really tell us much other than I had an infection, and then she gave us antibiotics.
Yeah.
And then also she said she checked if I had an ectopic pregnancy and if I felt pain in my left arm, like my left shoulder, which was very hard to tell because I had pain all over my upper body because I go to the gym. Yeah, I couldn't, say yes, but then she said I will refer you to the early pregnancy unit to get checked more, to get my blood drawn and get a scan as well and just make sure everything is okay. So she gave us the number, she did the referral and then gave us the number as well. And then when we came back, they reached out to me that very same day actually.
Well, they did because it was kind of urgent, yes.
Yeah,
because it was an ectopic pregnancy, that was dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. They just asked me questions of how it started, how am I feeling, and now you guys, when I started, bleeding, I didn't feel any pain until like an hour later. That's when I really got like really intense cramps. Like it was really painful.
Yeah, you were really struggling.
So I explained all of that to her, and then she asked me, when was my last period? And then she was like, okay, so it must be around 5 weeks. So if you were to come in for a scan, we wouldn't be able to see anything because at 5 weeks, the baby or the fetus is literally like a spot. It won't be spotted.
It
won't be spotted on the scan. So she was like, wait until you're 6 weeks, which was the following Tuesday, and then she booked me in for an appointment because then at least by then 6 weeks, that's when the baby develops a heartbeat and obviously grows in size as well, and they're able to see something on screen. You guys had to wait it out for that week, and that week, it wasn't an easy week for either of us. And this is the other thing as well, you guys. I was debating, thinking, should I just come on by myself and do this video? But then obviously, I didn't go through it by myself. Graham also went through it. So it was only fair, for us to do it together.
It's just supporting you again, I hope.
Yes. That was the worst week, you guys. Because the first day, I couldn't even sleep. The second day, I couldn't sleep properly because of the pain. I was passing like little tiny clots, so that was still giving me hope because I had not seen like anything massive coming out of me. So I thought there's still hope, But anyway, a week later, I go for my appointment. So I get a scan done, my blood gets drawn. When I got the scan, they didn't see anything at all, like nothing, nada. So obviously that confirmed that I did miscarry because I didn't see anything on the scan, and I got my blood drawn. I had to go back 2-3 times to get my blood drawn.
You had, because they needed to check some level.
The HCG level. Obviously if you're pregnant, then every single day your HCG level doubles, and if you miscarriage, then every day your HCG level drops. So I had to get my blood drawn 3 times, and each time my levels were dropping. And then obviously I did still take a pregnancy test that week as well, and it still came out positive, but by the end of the week it was negative. So we knew, okay, that's it, that's it, passed, everything is out of me. And that is the one other thing as well, when we're going for the second week. Now we're on the second week, so that second week and going for that appointment, I pretty much just wanted to know, and I was kind of not okay, but also concerned that, is everything out of my system? Is my body okay? Am I okay? And if everything is out of my system, when can we try again? You guys, it was a lot of emotions. I mean, there was days where like I would wake up feeling okay, and then by the night ends, I'm sobbing, I'm crying my heart out. And then there used to be days where I'll wake up crying my heart out, and then as the day, ends, and then I'm okay. But this is something that I've never experienced before, and I never thought in a million years that it could ever happen to me, because these are things or stories that you hear or you see on YouTube, or you hear from a friend or a friend's friend, and you feel sad on their behalf, but you never think it will actually happen to you, and then it does happen to you, and you're just like, what? So we were a bit like
stunned.
I was on Google, you guys, like no man's business, figuring out what happened, why did it happen, is it to do with my health, is it to do with something in my body, like, do you know what I mean? But the other thing that also, like, my sister kind of put my mind to rest was like, okay, it's not as if this was your first child, like, you've carried a child before, so it's nothing to do with your womb not being able to carry a child or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, trying to tell me that you're okay. It's just, sometimes it's nature. Sometimes things happen without a reason, but it doesn't mean that that's it. It's not gonna happen again.
And it's surprisingly common since we've Googled it as well
yes,
too. It's
you
hard
guys,
to believe
it is
the
so
percentage of
common.
Yeah, the percentage of pregnancies that end like that.
It's like in a woman's lifetime, you have to experience a miscarriage. I mean, there's those that are lucky that have never gone through that, but
not that we took any comfort from that, and then it was the fact that it was a bit more common than we thought. Yeah,
and that is the other thing that I learned, that it just happens, and because that's another question that I had for the doctor, like, why?
Yeah.
Why did it happen? Is it my age? Is it my health? Did I eat something? Did I, And she was like, there's no specific reason.
No.
That's something that even us still challenges them to this day, because the body is the body, right? And she was like, it can be all sorts of things, but nobody can pinpoint and say it's this, So it could be a bunch of things. So she was asking me, like, around the time, like weeks before, what did you do? Where did you go? Just to try and see. But anyway, some of the reasons or that might, cause miscarriages can be, if you're at the very, very early stage, like I was, I traveled, right? and traveling, flight, that was not good. Also, things I might have ate while I was on holiday. We were out and about every single day. Change of climate, we came from cold to hot. It can be stress.
It's just nature, really, isn't it?
It's just nature. It's something that even them can, explain. It's something they cannot stop. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much what happened to us. I mean, how did you feel about all of this?
I mean, it was really a strange feeling, because when you first told Tia and I, it was absolute joy, because we've said before.
I know, and we had just tried for 3 months, you guys.
To be honest, for 3 months, but hey, it was absolute joy, and I was really, really pleased, absolutely delighted, and really, really looking forward to it. And then you go from this absolute high, of joy and delight, to something that just crashes you emotionally, that you go from there right zero. And I think it was a really traumatic time for us, I'll be perfectly honest. And I was more concerned. I was concerned a lot about, obviously, baby. I was concerned more really about, to a certain extent, about Keike's health. And that week or 2 weeks through that, she was in real pain. I mean, it was really, really bad, and I was very, very concerned about her. And it was a traumatic time. And then we also had this glimmer of hope through it all, until it was absolutely confirmed that indeed you had miscarried. So we went from joy to absolute despair. But even that journey to despair, that kind of descent into despair, there was a little bit of hope, and then we lost all that at the end. And it was a really, really traumatic time, really emotional time, to be perfectly honest. And as we talk about it just now, it's raising up all those feelings again. If I'm being honest, it's really, really quite difficult. and you tend to try to rationalise it, and like you've done, you're trying to think about, is it something I've done? Did I fly? Did he? So it's nothing to do with that, with respect. It's just God's will, you know. But it's been a really, really tough time for us, and it's an experience that I wouldn't wish on anybody, to be perfectly honest, you know. And I'd be interested to know if anybody's had any experience, and how do you handle the aftermath of that? How do you handle the emotion of it? How do you handle like the physical side of it, the emotional side of it as well too, and indeed the mental health issues as well of it, you know? Because
you guys, I reached to a point where I spend my most time in bed on Google, you guys.
And that's not good either. That's not healthy either.
Searching every pain I felt, every feeling I was feeling, like every little thing. Like my news feed at that point was
just full of that stuff.
Full of that stuff, you guys, because I was constantly, you know, trying to figure out what the hell, why. But through all of it, you guys, I'm just thankful for Graham and Tia, because these guys were with me through it all, you know. And you guys, most of our videos all started up with Keke is not feeling well, Keke is not feeling well, we're trying to cheer Keke up, Keke is not feeling well. And that's why, you guys.
There was a lot of that.
So it was more of they tried to take me out of the house, you know, go places, do things, just to basically, you know,
take your mind off it,
and try and get me back into the real world, I guess, because at that time I was just bed and YouTube, and you know, changing my pads. But thank you, babe. Thank you so much. You know how much I'm so grateful, because
I know, darling.
I tried so hard as well not to shut Graham out, because I felt if I do shut him out, I would probably, you know, dive into a depression. So
and we need to avoid it. That could easily happen. By the way, I can see that.
So you guys, if you've ever gone through this, let us know in the comment section. If you've never, I hope you never do. If you have or you are, my advice would be is, women, don't shut your husbands or boyfriends out. If you don't have a partner supporting you, then don't shut your family out. Speak about it. It's not easy, but please just talk.
Because all you want to do is really curl up in a wee ball and just go to sleep.
I just wanted to forget about it, because for me, I feel like if I speak about something, then it comes to existence. So I feel like at so many points I didn't want to speak about it, because if I felt like I was thinking, if I don't speak about it, then it's not real. But that's how you fall into a depression. That's how you push people away, because you're afraid to speak about it. But don't be afraid to speak about it. This is normal. It's nothing to do with the woman's body or the woman's fault. It's nothing to do with the man's body or the man's fault. It just happens with no explanation at all. So women, please speak about it, talk about it. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. And then also, men, support your women. Don't make your women feel like it's something wrong with them, you know, it's their fault. Talk to your woman, support your woman. And that's all I got from Graham. Support. Anytime I wanted to talk, you remember I used to even like tap you at 2 a.m. and I would just start talking, and you go and you know, you'll be alerted. He would listen, and I'll be like, go on Google, search this, I'm feeling this now. You know,
honestly. I know. And talking about support, I mean, on the previous video, and we've obviously gone into this a bit more detail than we did in the previous video, because we kind of left it you know, we cut off the last video. But the people that did get the gist of the last video, we get loads and loads of support from the TK squad. Like, we get loads and loads of comments, many of you and messages.
And you know how I know people watch? Some of you like watched probably like the first 5 or 30 seconds, and you were so excited, and you started like
congratulations.
And then we saw you guys, we saw your comments change as you watched the video, because it would come from congratulations
to despair,
and then to despair, and then the comment would change to, oh my god, I just watched to the end, I'm so sorry you guys, or oh my goodness, I didn't realize. Like, we will see the edited comments like, oh, they changed their comment, but
So-
you guys, you did really show us some
Yeah.
love and some support, and thank you so much.
Yeah, we
and
really
I know
did.
that, you know, when it's our time, God's timing, it's the perfect time, our time will come.
Yeah.
And then for those that obviously did watch, still left a comment saying congratulations, you know. And then one was asking, what name are you gonna name the baby? And I'm like, what baby?
Yeah, that's, yeah. Well, we'll save that. But wait, no, I want to add my own personal thanks to that as well, because the comments really did help us, and they were supportive. And there was a few people at private messages as well too. You know who you are, so thank you very much for that. And we really appreciate it. So looking forward, babes.
So
How do you
guys,
feel? How do you
right
feel?
now we're okay, you
Yeah.
know. It's not something obviously you get over that quick.
No.
But
If ever,
now
to be
we
honest with you.
understand that it happens,
Yes.
right? And we're not gonna cry about it for months. We're not gonna, you know, it happens. Do you want a baby? Yes. In God's timing, it will happen.
Yes.
Our time will come. We need to baby dance
A lot more. It's torture, honestly. We're smiling, to be fair. Yeah, it's actually brought us a lot closer as well too. I have to
It
be
has,
honest, right?
really.
Because you don't go through something as traumatic as that, or something
Yeah.
as dramatic as
Yeah.
that, or something that's really sad like that, without, you know, sharing the emotion
Exactly,
together.
and that's why we're saying that, you know, talk to each other, don't
Yes.
shut each other up, because in such situations you either come out stronger or you come out when you've separated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it
but
has.
yeah, you guys, that's pretty much what happened to us.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for us, drop them in the comment section and we'll answer them.
Or any help or advice that you need if anybody's going through it or going through it. I don't know, just to maybe help each other, speak to each other, support each other. Yeah.
Exactly.
We
We didn't want to keep this to ourselves because we know people go through this and just keep quiet. But don't keep quiet. And obviously we don't want to portray our channel as good news all the time.
No,
you know,
it's about
fancy
life really, isn't
things
it?
or
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's a lifestyle, you
Yeah.
know, channel. It's about our family. We have good days and we have bad days.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna just share the good days. We're gonna share the bad days with you because I feel like you guys are our family as well.
So we didn't feel too much like doing many videos in the last few weeks, obviously, but we did one last week.
Hold on.
Sorry.
We did record, by the way, during that time,
Yeah.
simply because none of us wanted to believe it. But it did hit us at a point, and then we just
Aye.
didn't record. And you guys obviously noticed the period that we were not uploading anything. We spoke to Tia also about it, and you know, because she's a baby, she's a kid, so we really had to sit her down, talk to her, and she's okay as well.
Yeah.
She's okay.
She's okay. And to be honest, listen, we're going to end up on an upbeat note. We're fine, okay? You don't get over something like that easily, but we're absolutely fine.
Yes.
We're in it together forever with Tia. We're okay. It's brought us all closer together. We want to end on a happy note, right? We want to end on looking forward to the future together, right? And whatever God's will is will happen in terms of baby and how we progress. But thank you very much for listening to us, and we really appreciate it.
We love you guys.
Bye, guys.